Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today, we're going to get into my top 10 ranking of my favorite Deadpool villains slash adversaries. Now, the thing is that with all these rankings that I have been doing as of late, for a character to be on the ranking, I had established like this rule that at least they had to have 3 confrontations with the main character that we're talking about. And with Deadpool, like up until 8, like we're doing great, but then I had a hard time finding 9 and 10. The thing is that with 9 and 10, they're great runner ups. But I know, like within my collection, I'm gonna have more battles with those characters. Like when I complete my collection, I feel like this whole ranking is gonna be very, very different. So I always start these videos with trading cards from Marvel Series 1 with the character that we're gonna talk about and with the stats on the back. But Deadpool did not appear in Marvel Series 1, not even in Series 2 or 3. I feel like he might have popped up for the first time in Series 4. Another really interesting thing about Deadpool is that he has very few original characters within his rogues gallery. And none of those characters have made it into this ranking. So we can talk about maybe T-Ray or Slayback. And I never really liked Evil Deadpool. And there were like 2 different Evil Deadpools. So up until now, I've gone through all my Deadpool comic books, which I have 156 Deadpool comic books in total. It's almost up there with my Spider-Man collection in size. Now, with all the battles that I have tallied with Deadpool, he has battled against 98 different characters with a total of 88 victories, 23 losses, and 45 ties. And I guess Deadpool has like many ties because he does fight against a lot of heroes. It's pretty common with Wade to get that superhero misunderstanding and a brief battle, and then both characters iron things out and realize they are both on the same side. Maybe with Deadpool, things are a little bit more funny and off the wall, so that trope doesn't become too tiring with Wade. Now, at number 10, I have Madcap, who's a fascinating character. I have only 2 battles against Deadpool, and Deadpool has won both. But we had this fantastic story arc for a real long time where we discovered that Madcap was that second voice in Deadpool's head. He was trapped in there, and this drove him totally mad. And once he was able to separate himself from Wade, he was hell-bent on trying to destroy him. Okay, I had to change the room because every single fucking dog in my neighborhood is barking right now. Now, for those who don't know, I live in Argentina, and basically everyone here has a dog. So when one starts barking on the block, like one by one, every other dog starts barking too. So it's utter chaos sometimes. Now, doggy problems aside, let's go to number 9 where we have Kane. Now, Kane was set up to be like Deadpool's arch nemesis very early on. They had battled during the Rob Liefeld days, and then in the Circle Chase miniseries, Deadpool also crossed paths with Kane there, who is also known as Weapon X. Now, within my collection, I only have 2 battles between both characters, and both are ties. I know I'm going to have more battles with Kane further down the line when I go through the rest of my collection. Even though very, very stupidly, I traded away this big omnibus that I had with Deadpool that had that Weapon X story arc that was fantastic. You know, I get so pissed off when I remember I did that really boneheaded trade. Like, there's a couple of times that I've traded off stuff that maybe a week later I was like, fuck, what did I do? Now, that aside, let's go to number 8. We have Taskmaster. He's probably Deadpool's greatest frenemy. Now, with Tasky, we have 4 battles. Deadpool has come out on top 3 times, and we have 1 time. I really love the fact that since Deadpool is so chaotic in nature, Taskmaster has a hard time copying his fighting style. Now, over the years, Taskmaster sort of has become Deadpool's friend, sort of like with big quotey fingers. But they have this super cool dynamic when they both interact, be it as allies or when they're fighting each other. So now let's go to number 7, where I put Spider-Man. Also, we have 4 battles between both characters. Deadpool has won twice, lost once, and tied once. And the interesting thing is that Deadpool has killed Spider-Man twice in the Deadpool and Spider-Man series. Also, again, the friendship that we have between Wade and Spider-Man, it's fascinating. Like, Wade's always looking for validation from Spider-Man. He really admires him. But ethically, he is very, very compromised. So Spider-Man a lot of times has to bring him in or try to stop him. So let's go to number 6, where we have Typhoid Mary, a character that has really messed with Deadpool's head. Also, like with Spidey, they have clashed 4 times. Deadpool has been able to defeat her 3 times, and they have tied once. One of my favorite Deadpool Typhoid Mary story arcs is from the beginning of the Joe Kelly run, the first Deadpool run, where Deadpool is trying to reform Typhoid into becoming a hero. And like, Deadpool doesn't even have his own shit together, and he's trying to reform other people. The story arc is fantastic because he basically breaks Wade. And in this whole situation, Wade brings in Daredevil, and we get like this really interesting annual, a Daredevil Deadpool annual, where we get this revelation thanks to Deadpool that Daredevil is partially responsible for breaking Typhoid's mind. So let's leave Mary behind and go to number 5, where we have Juggernaut, one of my all-time favorite powerhouses within the Marvel Universe. Now, with Deadpool, they have battled 5 times. Daredevil has defeated, like with quotey fingers, 3 times. Juggernaut lost once, tied once. Like in this case, Deadpool never has had like a clean win on Juggy. Like, he gets out while the going is good. Like, he's able to stop him just a little bit or trick Juggernaut, but he has never been able to KO him per se. Very early on, Deadpool had to deal with Juggernaut in his 2 first miniseries. Both miniseries, at least for me, are a lot of fun, and it was just super cool to see Juggernaut be this massive hulking figure trying to squash Deadpool. Now let's go to number 4, where we have Bullseye, where we have 5 battles against this villain, 3 wins, 2 losses. Now, the interesting thing with Bullseye is that he is crazy dangerous. He gives Wade a real hard time every time they cross paths. We also discovered that Bullseye and Deadpool knew each other back when they were kids. And my favorite Deadpool and Bullseye story is back during the Dark Reign when Bullseye was posing to be Hawkeye, where basically we get a 5-issue battle where both characters just can't stop trying to kill each other. And the fascinating thing is that the story is not a drag. It's really, really fun to read and hilarious. So let's go to number 3, where we have Cable. Now, with Nate Summers, we have 5 battles, 1 win, 2 losses, 2 ties. So back during the early era of X-Force, where we still had Rob Liefeld on the title, Deadpool clashed a lot with X-Force, and obviously he had a big axe to grind with Cable. Later on, we're going to discover, because Deadpool, during that time, obviously he was a mercenary, and he was being employed by this guy called Tulliver, which we discover is the son of Cable, who really hated Cable because he was brought up by Strife. So that's why Deadpool was always sent to try to take down Cable. And over the years, like, their relationship has evolved a lot. From arch nemesis to friends, to every once in a while having to battle it out between each other. I really, really love the Cable and Deadpool series. It had some fantastic story arcs, and every once in a while, Cable had to take down Deadpool because he was going too far. In that series, he had created like this flying island that was a type of utopia, and he wanted Deadpool there to keep an eye on him. And every once in a while, he would send him out on a mission to do some of the dirty work that he didn't want to do. So let's go to number 2, where we have Wolverine. Again, 5 battles here. Now, Deadpool has 0 wins against Wolverine. Yes. Now, at number 2, we have Wolverine, where we also have 5 battles. Now, Deadpool has never been able to defeat Wolverine in a clean victory. He has 1 loss, 4 ties. Just like with the other heroes on this list, Deadpool really respects and admires Wolverine, but he really gets under his skin. Like a couple years ago, we had this fantastic story arc where Deadpool mind wipes himself to forget all the tragedy that he had dealt with in his life, and he had taken too many stupid decisions. And even though this would lead to him forgetting about his daughter, like, because over the years they really built up the fact that Deadpool was a very loving father, he felt like he was a liability to her, so it was better for him just to disappear. It's just a really heartbreaking story. And basically, like, Deadpool doesn't die because he's pretty much immortal. But when he goes through this whole process, like, he really took in a lot of effort to let Captain America and Wolverine know that he really admired them and he really considered them to be his friends, that he never wanted to let them down. It's, again, like, it really hits you in the feels when you read that story. Now, with number one, I was very surprised when I tallied all the numbers. It's Punisher. We have 9 battles. So we have 3 wins for Wade, 3 wins for Frank, 3 ties. And the fun thing with Frank Castle and Deadpool is that Frank always goes for a kill shot with Deadpool. If he can just shoot him in the head and be done with it, he does it. And he feels zero empathy for Deadpool too, so he just never hesitates. And I guess they do have more battles because I'm missing the stories with Deadpool and Punisher from Deadpool's first run. I know that they have an arc there, but I don't have it. And there were even teammates on the Thunderbolts, and when Punisher decided to take out his own team, he went for Wade first. So when I finish going through my collection, let's see how things change, and if anyone's able to take this top spot, which it's pretty up there. So see you guys next time. Bye.